Good morning, all my fellow insightful, knowledgeable, and discerning patriots. Today, I've got to talk about good old Mad Max. You know, Maxine Waters. She spreads her shit thicker than, well, a farmer in spring who's trying to increase his yield. Take a look at this headline from the Daily Mail. Maxine Waters tells BLM protesters get more confrontational. As if they haven't been rioting hard enough already. And it's funny when she asks BLM to riot even more. She is 82 years old, so I guess that she forgets that she endorsed President Trump's impeachment in January when he told people to not be violent, to obey the police. Here she is telling these BLM rioters to make even more of a fuss. Oh, and look at that picture. She's 82 years old and she's dressed to the nines for these riots. She's even wearing jewelry. She's got a necklace and earrings on. She wants to be the best dressed belle at this ball. Let's go on with the story. California Representative Maxine Waters joined protesters in Minnesota as demonstrations entered a seventh night on Saturday after the death of Daunte Wright. Waters told the protesters at Brooklyn Center that she will fight for justice on their behalf and urged them to get more confrontational just one day after protests descended into violence. Daily Mail, the protests didn't descend into violence. They've started out violent and have stayed that way. I am not happy that we have talked about police reform for so long, Walter said. We're looking for a guilty verdict. She added in regards to the Derek Chauvin trial, if we don't, we cannot go away. That is an awful lot to unpack in just one paragraph. For one thing, Maxine Waters doesn't have to talk about police reform. She's a politician. She could do something against it if she wanted to. Secondly, she's a part of one of the three branches of government. I guess she doesn't know that she's not supposed to be looking for the guilty verdict. That's not part of what she does. She passes the law. The judicial system will make the final judgment on whether this man is guilty or not. If she was a good politician, she should be saying that we should have faith in our laws, in our system. Instead, she says, we gotta go on the street. Waters was recorded saying, adding that the protesters, rioters, needed to get more confrontational and that they should ignore the curfew in place. Of course, this isn't the first time she has advocated for violence. Advocating for violence is what Mad Max is all about, really. Let's go back just a few months. This is from NBC. Remember this? Waters calls for harassing admin officials in public. Let's go on a little bit to remind you of what she really said and talked about. If you see anybody from that cabinet, in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd and you push back on them and you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere. In Mad Max's world, there is no peace between opposing parties. Mad Max really doesn't believe in the system that she's a part of. She believes anybody that opposes her must be a Nazi. She believes that any means necessary is the right thing to do when confronting a person of an opposing ideology. What President Trump said about her was right, so let's end with that quote. Congresswoman Maxine Waters, an extraordinarily low IQ person, has become, together with Nancy Pelosi, the face of the Democratic Party. She has just called for harm to supporters, of which there are many, of the Make America Great Again movement. Be careful what you wish for, Max. Donald J. Trump, June 25, 2018. Mad Max has got what she wanted, and she's still advocating for riots.